Welcome back to my channel. Alyssa here, and today I'm going to be talking about different trackers you can use for your bullet journal to keep track of your word count during NaNoWrimo. There's going to be 4 different trackers, and I will do a time lapse of me drawing out each one, and then afterwards I will talk about it and how to fill it in. First things first, what is NaNoWrimo? NaNoWrimo is National Novel Writing Month, where you write 50,000 words on one story in 1 month. I'm sure many of you have already heard of it because NaNoWrimo is all about writing and creating, and that has a significant overlap with the bullet journaling community, who also is really into writing and creating. So I'm almost done drawing up this first tracker, so I'll let the time lapse finish with some music and then I'll be back to talk about it. Here is my first finished word count tracker. I'm calling this one the basic word count tracker because it doesn't have a lot of extra stuff on it. It's very simple, very clean. I have the header up top and then labels for these columns at the bottom. We have the daily total goal, the total I've written, the daily I've written, and then a bar chart that I'll go into more detail. The overall layout is your basic bullet journal vertical month layout with the days down the side from 1 to 30. And then I've also filled in some fake data here because I don't plan to use this particular tracker for my actual NaNoWrimo tracking. That tracker is going to be the last one, tracker number 4. The bar chart is fairly simple, but I think it adds a little bit of color and visual interest to the page. I've just drawn this dotted line for the goal and then filled in my daily words according to the numbers on the bottom of the bar chart. Next is tracker 2, which I'm calling the graph. The graph is much more visual than the basic tracker. There's fewer numbers, but you can extend it in a lot of different ways. We have these days down the side, and then down along the bottom we have the number of words. You can change the scale of this to whatever you like. If you want the graph to be half as wide, you can change the scale so each block counts as more words, and then you have more room to add any other information on your tracker that you like. I have my goal line here at about 1667 for the daily goals, and then on this tracker I've also filled in some dummy data. First up is a basic line graph, followed by a smooth line graph where the lines are a little bit more curved. Then we have some huge dots where filled in is met the goal, empty is not. Then we have ladders, stair steps, whatever you want to call them, regular bars, and then finally we just have some dots with the number of words written out next to them. You can do whatever you like to fill in your graph that makes you happy to look at. The next tracker I'm calling the sideways calendar. For this one, I used a sideways calendar instead of a horizontal calendar because I really wanted it to fit on one page. The days of the week go down like this, and so we have one column for each of the 5 weeks of November. I intentionally made each of these boxes pretty big so you could put your goal in the bottom and then fill in your daily word count and whatever other information that you think is important. Maybe I would track how long it took me. I'm really interested in time tracking, but you can track whatever you like here. Now we get to the fourth tracker, which I'm going to put in my actual daily bullet journal that I use regularly. The other ones were in my test bullet journal because I didn't want to waste pages in this one. I have watercolored this page for my nano tracker with some unseasonal green foliage because my story I'm writing for NaNoWrimo is about a girl who can talk to plants. So I wanted to make this fit that theme as kind of inspiration to me to write more. This spread fit with my personal tracking goals the best. I'm calling it the double bar, and when I'm finished, I think you'll see why. At first glance, you'll notice that the double bar tracker looks a lot like the basic word count tracker that I did first. We have our goal column here where we'll put our total goal for each day, followed by the total written for each day, and then the daily written for each day, and then we have the double bar graph. The bars will start in the middle and they'll move outward according to the numbers at the top. And you can see I've labeled each graph with words and time. As I go through the month, we'll have words on the left side, time on the right side, and then words per hour down this end column here. So I'll be able to see how quickly I'm writing. As I mentioned before, time tracking is pretty important, so this is something I wanted to get in there. So that's it for the nano trackers in this video. I hope at least one of them was helpful to you. Feel free to leave comments below if you have any questions and I will answer them. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.